So I've got this Ford LS45 on the lift right now. What happened was I was mowing leaves and the belt popped off the front pulley. So I put the belt back on the front pulley and it popped off again. There's the front pulley. And I put it back on a third time. It popped off almost immediately. And so here is one and two of the idler pull. This is the tensioner pulley, and there's an idler pulley right here. You could see that bearing is shot, so needs a new bearing. But these sound like garbage also. I took the top panel off, so this is all off from one bolt. That all gets held on by that bolt right there and a spring that pulls the tension on it. Disconnect this. This comes around there, goes under the steering gear right here. It goes around this, which goes back to the transmission, and then up and over the belt there. Okay, so I have these pulleys off and I marked them just to know where they go. These two pulleys are the same, and they are $47 each. They are encapsulated. The bearing is encapsulated, so I ground off the lip here and press the bearing out. I'm going to get a new bearing, press a new one in, and then put a tack in 3 spots to hold it. Some of the parts came in, not all of them. Let me tell you about this. This Ford LS45 is also a New Holland LS45 or a Toro 244 or 246H. It's cheaper to get the Toro parts than it is the New Holland parts. It's easier to find if you look up the 244H. All of these parts on here are basically Toro parts. But anyway, so I looked up the belt. I measured it as a 1/2 inch by 88, and they want $43 and some change for this belt. This is a belt for a Craftsman that is 1/2 inch by 88 that I got for $10 on Amazon. I saved $30 there by putting the bearings in myself, which I showed you. I cut that out. That saves, so I went from the total price to do those 3 pulleys, and that belt was going to be $160 from the Ford dealer. From Toro, it's going to be like $130. I got it down to like $40. It's a tractor we use like 5 times a year. I don't want to dump a bunch of money into it. So I'm going to go ahead and change this belt, even though I don't have the pulleys yet. So the first step is going to be loosening these, and I'm going to have to turn it each way to get this to drop down, and then I will feed the belt around these each side so it will get past. I got the belt around both of these front drive links and up to there, and then I took the bolts on both sides of this hydrostatic shaft out and fed it under there. Now I need to get it under this. All right, so I dropped this down completely and I removed the hydrostatic linkage right there from it, and then I loosened all this and dropped it down, and now I'm starting to wiggle the brake back and forth, and it's coming this way. Okay, so I had to pull this out a little farther. You can see how far the gap is right here. You can see under here this brake is out. Now I will reassemble that. While I have this brake lever off, so I was thinking about disconnecting this at the back, but all I'm gonna have to do is, because this is gonna have to be on the inside of this, so what I'm gonna do is disconnect this spring right here and slide this up in here. And now I should be able to go back here. The belt went right over. I just had to spin this fan to get it to move just like that, and then it fell right down in place. Here's a new bearing. You can see the old bearing has a bushing inside of it, so I'm pushing the old bushing out with just a 5/8 socket and another socket to push it through. You can see it's moving. Push that right out. Okay, the bushing in the middle slid out of here. Now I'm going to press it back in. I'm just going to squeeze it with the vise. Alright, the old bearings are out. The new bearings are in and pressed in. I'm probably going to put a spot weld on each side just so they don't fall out. I don't think they will, but one spot weld and then we'll be good to go. We'll install this and I'll show it to you. Now, I told you I was going to put two little tacks on. They still spin very well. Now I'm going to reinstall it up on there. Pulley is now remounted. And you can see how the belt is run, and it's got some tension on it. Not, well, it's got tension. But here's the problem that I'm looking at. You see how close this belt is to this, which is the forward and reverse lever. So looking under here, you could see where this was sitting on this, and that was sitting there. So I need to move all of this over to push this out of the way to give this more room. So I'm going to loosen these and then I should be done and we'll see how it runs. All right, so I moved that back over. Now you can see the clearance much better. So time to try it out. Well, like you just saw, that's a good fix. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you. I hope it saves you a couple dollars. If it does, please subscribe to my channel because that helps me and I appreciate it. Thanks for watching.